this amazing event. It's over 30,000 people daily today and tomorrow. So LiUNA Local 183, feel the power. And talking about feel the power, look at who I got beside me over here. You know, another year, you're always together with the Labor's Union, you're always together with LiUNA. So tell me, how do you feel when you're walking inside, you know, a place like this, if you see a whole bunch of families, everybody happy? So
this is what it's about. Look at LiUNA, fought for workers, fought for the middle class for a lot longer than I've even been alive. I mean, this is the backbone of the middle class. And you know, our party, the Liberal Party of Canada, has been talking about building up the middle class, and we know we can't do it without strong unions like LiUNA. So working with Jack and Joe, making sure that there's work out there, that we invest in infrastructure, but more than that, we protect workers' rights. That's what it's all about. So it's always an honor to be here, and to see all these families and the LiUNA family grow so big and so strong, it's awesome.
fantastic. What is the message to the family that watch us right now live at Golive TV?
Listen, we have to protect what we've built together, and LiUNA has worked really, really hard to protect workers. At the bottom of the, you know, at the end of the day, what LiUNA stands for is protecting workers' rights, making sure workers are paid fairly, they get home safely, and we know conservative governments regularly attack the rights of workers. In fact, we see that here in Ontario with Doug Ford. So we're going to stay strong together, and we can win this federal election together. And you know what? It's the LiUNA family that's done it before us. We're proud to work with you on this.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Pretty hot, so I make sure you put some sunscreen, right? Yeah, you know, you kind of cover up. That's it. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Golive TV will be back soon. Look in the background over here. We got all the politicians, people that came over here for the event, and then today it is a very special day. Stay with us because Golive TV is the TV that speaks your language. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great interview. Thank you very much.
Olá, sou o Jaco Oliveira, Business Manager do local 183. Em nome do nosso Conselho Executivo, representantes e funcionários, queremos convidar todos os nossos sócios e os seus familiares no dia 6 e 7 de julho para virem ao Downsview Park para se juntar com a gente para celebrar o Dia da Família do local 183. Venham, tragam os vossos familiares e tenham um bom dia.
Golive TV, il primo canale IP interculturale in Canada.
Speaks my language.
È multiculturel.
Golive TV es intercultural.
I watch. Oglądam.
What a pleasure to be here at LiUNA TV and Go
Divulgar
Live.
o Lindo
Olá, sou o cantor Salgadinho, estou na Golive TV.
Fala a minha língua, é intercultural.
Golive TV es intercultural.
Golive TV es intercultural. Yo como tú veo Golive TV.
Construction is one of the most stable industries in today's economy. There's plenty of opportunity, so come and learn at the LiUNA Local 183 Training Center. It's the right place to start. If you're thinking about your future, you can learn a skilled trade through hands-on training and classroom training. LiUNA Local 183 Training Center is excellence in training. All apprenticeship programs are registered with the Ontario Ministry of Training Colleges and Universities. Become an apprentice and learn new skills which will open the doors to a rewarding career. Visit 183training.com.
Live through Golive TV, the TV that you make it. Over here at LiUNA Local 183 Family Day. Like always, we got over here Julie Zetowicz. Julie Zetowicz, a special day. I know you have a special message. What do you want to share with our community right now?
Well, first I want to say it's such a pleasure for me to be here. I'm very blessed in Davenport, so I'm the Member of Parliament for Davenport, and I'm very blessed to be here because we actually have in Davenport one of the largest members of 183. Out of everywhere in Ontario. So I'm here, I'm going to be saying hello to a lot of the people here, so that's one. The second thing is we have a perfect day, so I want people to be enjoying themselves with their families. Summer is a time for us to get together with our families and really enjoy and appreciate that we live in this amazing city, in this amazing country. And I think the only other thing I want to say to people is we have an election coming up in October.
Yes.
And I want people, you know, to vote. Obviously, I'd love for them to vote for me, but vote. Vote, vote, vote. Your vote actually matters. Vote for the leader that shares your values. Vote for the party that has the best plan for Canada moving forward.
Congratulations, Julie. You know what? It's you're always making a difference. The other day I needed to come to your office, and you have a beautiful people working over there. I brought a case for you, and you work on that case. I do like to, over here live, to congratulate you for the job that you do when Juliano's walking in, you know, to asking for, you know, supporting the community on your writing.
Well, you know, well, thanks for that. I'll tell you, I do have an amazing team, and I probably don't thank them enough, so I want to say thanks to them. You're only as good as your team is. Two, I serve everybody in Davenport, so if they need my help, I go to the wall and give 100% effort for every person that comes to my office.
Congratulations, enjoy your day. Pretty hot today, but it's beautiful. Stay tuned, we're live. In a little bit, we have a Justin Trudeau coming up. Thank you.
We have our e-board members, Pat Sheridan and Jamie Cortez.
This is our family.
This is our life.
And we are LiUNA.
Downsville Park, LiUNA Local 183, Family Day. Continue ligado. Olha aí como que está o evento hoje, todas as mídias de Toronto aqui. Os políticos estão aqui. Daqui a pouquinho, Justin Trudeau estará ali naquele stage. Muito importante que você continue participando aí com a gente. LiUNA, feel the power.
We have from Humber River, Black Creek, NDP MPP Tom Rakovich. From York Southwestern, NDP MPP Faisal Hassan. From Sudbury, NDP MPP Jamie West. From the city of Mississauga, we have Mayor Bonnie Crombie. From our friends in Brampton, we have the Mayor Patrick Brown. We also have Councillors Martin Medeiros, Pat Fortini, and Gurpreet Dillon, all from Brampton. From the city of Toronto, we have with us the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Hannah Banao. We also have Councillor Anthony Peruzza, Councillor Jennifer McKelvey, Councillor Tony Rosa from Caledon, Councillor Annette Groves from Caledon. Unfortunately, Councillor Lynn Kiernan was not able to be with us due to illness, but we wish her well thoughts. We also have with us from Portugal, Portugal Union, UGT. We have the Secretary General Carlos Silva. Please join us here on stage. Also, we have Assistant to the Secretary General Sergio Monte. And the head of all training centers in the UGT, George Mesquita. Please join us here on stage. At this moment, I'd like to ask the Leader of the Opposition, NDP MPP Andrea Horvat, to say a few words.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Bonjour, mes amis. I want to thank you for the introduction and actually for the invitation for us to be here this afternoon. Thanking LiUNA Local 183, organizers, volunteers, staff, and vendors who have put together this fantastic picnic, this fantastic 2 days of celebrating working people in our province. It's fantastic. I'm here with my MPPs that I've already been introduced, including our Labour critic, who is the MPP for Sudbury, Jamie West, but of course we have a couple of Toronto area MPPs here as well, Tom Rakocevic and Faisal Hassan, and we all know what you fantastic people do each and every day to make sure that our province works. We see how you build our communities, and we see the truth of that on display here and around our province each and every day. And I just want to say it's so great for us to have an opportunity to be with you as you enjoy some fun. Not just work, but fun. That's what a good union does, right? Provide opportunity for fun as well as work. You know, we know that it's good union jobs that make our economy function, and it's good union jobs that are able to build communities as well and help you to grow your families and have a great life here in our province. And so having that union is an important piece not only of your income and your ability to raise your family, but it also makes sure that when you go to work, you get a fair day's pay and you get benefits, right? You get the kind of life that we deserve and need in this province and that everybody should have. In fact, I think you would agree with me when I say that a union card is the best ticket into the middle class in our province and in our country. But you know, not only that, but your union in particular is world-renowned for the work that your union does to make sure you are safe on the job. And I just want to say thank you to LiUNA for all of the work and the effort that you put in to health and safety for your members, because not only does it keep all of you in a place where when you go to shift, You know that when you come off shift, you'll be going back to your family each and every day, but it also makes sure that the quality of infrastructure that we build in this province when LiUNA and other unionized trades are on the job is the highest quality and the safest and best infrastructure that we can have. So as leader of your official opposition here in Ontario, the NDP, I want to say that I am really committed to continuing to stand shoulder to shoulder with you and with all of your families as you continue to build our province. And I want to leave with this one thought. We know how important infrastructure is to the fact that you get work every day. But we also know that there's other kind of infrastructure that makes your family strong. Infrastructure like public education, infrastructure like public health care, infrastructure that makes sure that our kids get what they need and our seniors, our loved ones, our family members get what they need as well. And we have to protect both the public infrastructure, the investment in that public infrastructure, but also the infrastructure, the soft infrastructure, if you want to call it that. Those are our public services, and you know that my MPPs and I, as your official opposition, are going to keep the government to account. And I know that we're going to see some government members here over the next 48 hours, and it's important that when you see those MPPs, you remind them how important health and safety is on the job, and how important it is to continue to maintain high levels of public infrastructure investment. It's good for the economy, it's obviously good for you and your families, and it keeps our province moving forward in a great direction. So, congratulations on a 60,000 person member milestone that you've met as a union. That is fantastic. I want to wish you all a very, very wonderful day. Have an amazing time this next 48 hours. And again, to the Executive Board of LiUNA, you do such a great job for your members, and I'm really proud to be here today to spend some time with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. At this moment, I'd like to call up Mayor Bonnie Crombie from Mississauga to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. Over 25,000 people sharing LiUNA's Family Day. I try to make this a regular tradition year after year for the past 10 years because there's nowhere I'd rather be than right here at LiUNA's Family Picnic in Downsview Park with all of you. Thank you very much for having me. I want to thank the leadership of LiUNA, Joe Mancinelli and Jack Oliveira, and their board of directors for the incredible work that they do. Not many unions have this kind of leadership in building up their members and providing for their members for great opportunities and great days like this, which give back to their families. So to these leaders, we want to say thank you. I'm also so proud of the work that Jack Oliveira has done. As you heard, the union has more than 60,000 members now. That's more than 8,000 new members this year. We are so proud of the work you guys do. Thank you very much and everything you do for the families. I am proud to be mayor of Mississauga. How many of you from Mississauga? I think I see some hands out there. Thank you very much. We are building. There are jobs in Mississauga. We have new buildings coming into the downtown. 25 new towers in the next 5 years. We have light rail transit breaking ground later this fall. 20 kilometers of track from Port Credit all the way to Brampton. I'm proud of that. We're building on our lakefront in revitalized land that was former brownfield. 250 acres lakefront, opportunity, jobs, right? 72 acres on the former oil refinery. We are building in Mississauga, and we need you, LiUNA. So we want to thank you. There will be jobs. LiUNA is building Mississauga. LiUNA is building Ontario. And LiUNA is building Canada. And we support you. I'm honored to be here. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Bonnie. Our next speaker is from Brampton. Call up Mayor Patrick Brown.
Well, it's great to be back at this annual family event. I'm joined by Councillor Pat Fertini from the city of Brampton. And I'd say we have a number of reasons we're very proud to live in Brampton. It's a great city. But one of those reasons, you may not know this, but Jack lives in Brampton. Jack lives there, good choice. And Carmen from 506 lives in Brampton. So if Jack and Carmen say yes to Brampton, that's a pretty good endorsement for a beautiful city, isn't it? Let's have a hand for their great choice on where to live. But in all seriousness, I wanted to come today just to say how grateful we are for LiUNA. Grateful to have an organization building our city, building our roads, our infrastructure, building the commercial footprint in our city. And you know, with LiUNA, you can have confidence. It's always going to be a great job. To have an organization that does great work, but at the same time celebrates their members, is pretty extraordinary. You look at this event here today. You're not going to see anyone else celebrate their members like LiUNA. It's a family-focused organization, and I wanted to come here today simply to say thank you for building our city. Thank you for taking care of your members. In the city of Brampton, one of our most famous residents is Bill Davis, the former premier, and he was the father of the labor legislation in Ontario. And I know from spending time with Premier Davis, he always speaks glowingly about the contributions of LiUNA to the province and to our cities. So thank you for being you. In the city of Brampton, we love LiUNA. Have a great picnic today.
Thank you, Patrick. At this moment, I'd like to call up Deputy Mayor, Councillor Ana Balao, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, LiUNA family. I'd like to have my colleagues Jennifer McKelvey and Anthony Peruzza right here beside me. We have the pleasure of being here representing the City of Toronto, and to say a big hello to the LiUNA family. How's everybody doing? Good, good. You know, we were just asked by the media what family meant. And I was thinking, well, family is somebody that builds you up. Family is somebody that supports you. Family is somebody that is loyal to you. You know, it's honest, tells you the truth sometimes that you don't even want to hear. But that is what LiUNA is. They're building up the careers of tomorrow with amazing training facilities, apprenticeship programs. That's what they're doing. They're building up the new skilled trades force for our city. They're supporting you, you know, with incredible benefits that they have available for you and your families. And that is what family does. They're there to support you through the good times and the bad times. They're there to be honest with you with the negotiations, to make sure you get good quality pays and good and health and safety protections. So that is what family does. And when we have a family that is building out our country, building it up literally, but most importantly, building up the families that make our communities, the families that make our cities, the families that make the great membership of this union. We need to thank them, and we need to stand by them. And that is what the City of Toronto has done, and that is what the City of Toronto will continue to do. We stand up by those that build our families and build our communities. Thank you, LiUNA, for doing it so well.
Thank you, Anna. And at this moment, I'd like to call up the UGT Secretary General, Carlos Silva, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody, sisters and brothers. This is an opportunity to appreciate this kind invitation from Joe Mancinelli, Jack Oliveira, and Joel Philippe. It's my second turn here in Toronto in Family Day. And for me, it's very relevant that I see so many people connected to a trade union movement, to LiUNA 183 local. It's very important for the trade union movement all over the world to defend people, to create working conditions, to fight for decent work, to fight for better salaries, to defend people older for a good pensions fund. This is our job. That's why we are here every day, and that's why Jack, as a good Portuguese man, is the leader, also as business manager of LiUNA. And let me say in Portuguese, caras e caros compatriotas, é uma honra que os portugueses que estão aqui presentes contribuam todos os dias para fazer crescer o Canadá. It's a great honor for us Portuguese to participate and to share the responsibility every day to make Canada great and better every day for you, for your families. It's a good journey, and I hope that you and your families have also a good family day. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. At this moment, I'd like to extend an invitation to the Liberal caucus to please join us here on stage. As I call your name, please join me. I hope I haven't missed any of you, because I added 2 names as I was standing here seeing some faces. So hopefully, I got you all. If not, please join us on stage. We have Liberal from Davenport, Liberal MP Julie Zerowitz. From Mississauga East, we have Liberal MP Peter Fonseca. From Brampton West, Liberal MP Kahira Kamal. From York Center, Liberal MP Michael Levitt. From Humber River, Black Creek, Liberal MP Judy Scroll. From Thunder Bay Superior North, Liberal MP Minister Patty Heju. From York Southwestern, Liberal MP Minister Ahmed Hussein. From Eglinton Lawrence, Liberal MP Marco Mendocino. From Vaughan Woodbridge, Liberal MP Francesco Sobera. I hope I got you all. If I'm missing one of you, please join me on stage. And we all, unfortunately, I did miss one. From King Vaughan, MP Deb Schultz. At this moment, I'd like to call Michael Levitt to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Michael Levitt. I'm the Member of Parliament for York Centre, proud home of LiUNA 183 and Downsview Park. Welcome to York Centre. When I think of what LiUNA 183 contributes to our community, I think of the retirees, over 3,000 that were here yesterday in Downsview to celebrate all that LiUNA is. I think of the scholarship programs and the apprenticeships and how many students are being lifted up and trained to join the workforce and the incredible role that LiUNA 183 plays in that. I think of all the families that are here today, tens of thousands that are going to celebrate today and tomorrow at the LiUNA 183 Family Day Picnic every year, coming here and showing their support and showing how proud we all are of LiUNA and its contributions, not just in this community, but across Canada. And I want to recognize and thank the leadership of Jack Oliveira, the business manager of 183, and of course, Joe Mancinelli, and also Carmen Principato from LiUNA 506, and all of the executive board from LiUNA that's here today that commits so much to making our city and our province and our country a better place. It's now my great pleasure to introduce the Minister of Immigration and the Member of Parliament, one of the hardest working guys around, the Member of Parliament for York South-Weston, the Honourable Ahmed Hussein.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. Listen, we have amazing weather. We have the team here. Let's try this again. Good afternoon. That's more like it. It's such a pleasure to be back here with my Liberal team and my colleagues and my friends, Jack Oliveira and Joe Mancinelli. And I can tell you every single year this Family Day picnic gets bigger and bigger. It is a chance for all of us to join you, to celebrate with you, to appreciate you for everything that you do every single day. And I can tell you that all of us, a number of years ago, were motivated to run for office because we were tired of the attacks on workers. We were tired of the attacks of the union movement. We were tired of the laws that were passed to restrict your ability to contribute further to our community. And so we pulled our socks and we rolled up our sleeves and we said, we will join you in building a better Canada. And we reversed those measures. We reversed the 4-year in, 4-year out rule that was preventing many of you from contributing to Canadian society. And I am honored to say that all of us are motivated in protecting the union movement, because we understand that the union movement is about our common prosperity. It is about protecting workers. It's about making sure that workers have decent pay for decent work. It is about making sure that as you organize and you get a better deal for your members, that government protects you and supports you in your efforts to create middle-class jobs and enable more Canadians to join the middle class. That's what we are about, and we know that that's what you're about. My friends, I can tell you that we've heard you loud and clear about the fact and the need for many of you in the labor movement who are contributing to this province, who are contributing to Canada, to be allowed to have more access and more pathways to permanent residency. And we have listened, and therefore we've already announced a temporary initiative to make sure that more workers in the union movement, including in LiUNA, in the construction trades, have access to permanent residency so that they can join the Canadian family. We want them to be Canadians and to keep building not only our communities but also their families, and to have permanency in our society, because they're already contributing and creating good middle-class jobs. I want to end by thanking all of you, the executive of LiUNA, for organizing this event. This event is more than a picnic. It tells us that it is important to join you every single year, to celebrate the labor movement, to celebrate the union movement, but to also celebrate the men, women, and children who are behind those workers, who support them every single day. And to thank them, to thank the workers, but also the families, by joining them here and having such a wonderful time. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you. At this moment, I'd like to introduce the business manager of LiUNA Local 183 and the Ontario Provincial District Council. A man who has overseen the biggest growth in the shortest period of time, along with massive improvements that benefit the membership and the retirees of LiUNA Local 183. Please join me in welcoming our business manager, Jack Oliveira.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I can hear you yet. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. That's better. Brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for coming out today and celebrating this family day. You know, today I was asked what the meaning of family means. You know, I'm blessed because I do have my own family, which, by the way, I must thank my wife for putting up with me. Lucy, please stand up and get recognized. But I'm blessed because I have more than one family. I have the LiUNA family, which is all of you today, that we work day and night to make sure that you continue to enjoy a life that you deserve. And as a matter of fact, today, I feel like I just inherit another family. Justin and all the politicians here, let's give it up for them. Well, brothers and sisters, we want to thank you. My executive board and I can never thank you enough for what you do day in and day out. Not only to prove that you continue to be the most effective workforce in North America, but also continue to build the city of Toronto and Ontario as well. But we understand, myself being the son of a laborer and growing up in the house of a laborer and continue to be the father of a laborer, understand the sacrifices that the families do, in particular the wives. In those days there was no technology, so the wives didn't know when the husbands were coming home. Thank God today we got technology. So please, let's all stand up and give it up for the wives here today, because they deserve a big hand of applause. So I'm not going to be much longer, so on behalf of my board and all the reps and staff, we want to thank you for everything that you do day in and day out, for what you do in order for us to continue these events. Because this is not about Jack Oliveira, the Executive Board. This is about all of you here today. And I also want to thank you for the vote of confidence that you gave us once again for us to lead you for the next 4 years. So thank you very much. Enjoy the afternoon because you deserve it. And now, I want to introduce to you a minister that we at LiUNA, we keep an eye on what she does. And let me tell you, we could not have chosen and helped elect her a better minister because of the work that she has done. She's done so much. The economy. Justin's party, Justin himself. Every day when we go out there and we put our working clothes on and we get to work, let's not forget how that work got here. It's very important. And this minister has played a big role. And I'm very proud and privileged to be here with her today and introduce her to you, which is the Minister of Labor and Employment, Minister Aju at the federal level. Please.
Hello, LiUNA! Woo! Wow, what a way to start. I want to thank Jack for that opening, and of course Joe for being such a good friend, not just to the Liberal Party of Canada, but to Canadians all across the country, because in fact it is LiUNA who has fought for workers' rights for far longer than most of us in this country. So thank yourselves as well for standing up for workers every day. And I want to thank Local 607, because I am a Northern Ontario girl, because they fight for workers in Northern Ontario just as hard as this local does here. Thank you to Don and Terry and Jamie, who make sure that workers' rights are protected in Northern Ontario, and they work to bring new people in all the time. Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here with the Prime Minister, with my incredible colleagues. And actually, just before I came up here, Kamal Kara here, Member of Parliament from Brampton, said to me, when I was at the first time I was at this picnic, I was with the Prime Minister, and it's when we promised to repeal the union-busting legislation of the Harper Conservatives. And that's what we did first thing. So why? Why did we do that? Because unions are the backbone of the middle class. And that's why we stand up for your rights, time and time and time again. We know that we can't have a strong middle class in this country if we don't have unionization, if we don't have unions like LiUNA protecting the rights of members for fair wages, to come home alive at the end of the day, to make sure that they get breaks, to make sure they have time with their wives and their husbands. That's what LiUNA fights for every day, and that's why we stand behind LiUNA. But listen, we know that not all parties agree with us. We know that conservative politicians see unions as a problem. And why do we know that? Well, Harper tried his best, didn't he, to beat down the union movement, but we won. And now we see Ford and Kenny working together, following in their mentors' footsteps. And if you don't think that Andrew Scheer has been mentored by Stephen Harper, think again. In fact, he has been mentored by exactly that person, and he would mean the same attacks on unions, the same attacks on the rights that you and the predecessors before you worked so hard to achieve. And we see it in Ontario, don't we? Attacks on teachers, attacks on workers' rights, on the poor, on the kids, for God's sake. Conservative politicians call themselves the resistance, but what exactly are they fighting against? I'll tell you what they're fighting against. They're fighting against fairness, which is exactly the opposite of what you fight for every single day. And I'm pretty proud of our record, because that's exactly what we've been working to deliver, fairness. And we've had some pretty great successes. Over the past 4 years, we've got more Canadians working than ever before. Almost 1 million Canadians lifted out of poverty, 300,000 of those children. More skills training, better protections for the most vulnerable workers, something that you fought for. More housing and infrastructure, as Jack pointed out, that you build as a result. And you know more than anyone that we are stronger together, that we cannot let conservative politicians divide us, that when we're divided, we become powerless. And so we will stand with you, the Liberal Party of Canada. We will always stand for a strong, united, and fair Canada, and we're proud to be your partners in this work. Thank you for having me. Have a fantastic day.
Well, brothers and sisters, I now want to introduce you to a person at LiUNA. You know, I look back, as I'm a member for quite a few years now. I better not tell you how old I am and how many years I've worked here. But a man who had a vision, and before him his father, who fought hard over the years to keep this local union united and strong, and for it to be what it is today, with over 60,000 members. If it wasn't for his vision, or the vision of his father before him, chances are, maybe we wouldn't be here today in such great numbers as we are amongst our good friends that are up here with us. And you know, brothers and sisters, I don't have to say anymore, but I know he's my friend, I know he's your friend, I know he's my brother, and I know he's your brother. So please stand and let's welcome our International Vice President and Eastern Regional Manager for Canada, Brother Joseph Mancinelli.
Thank you. Brothers and sisters, what a pleasure to be with you here today. 25,000 members of LiUNA in this park here today with their families. This is fantastic, and it is a wonderful way to pay respect. To pay respect to our members and their families for the sacrifices that you make to make our organization the organization that it is. It is a great organization because of you. It is a great organization because of the leadership, like my good friend Jack Oliveira, his executive board, who continues to do an exemplary job of leading this great local union. Let's hear it for Jack and his team. I had the pleasure of being here yesterday with our retirees. Thousands of retirees were here yesterday who built the foundations not only of this great country, but built the foundations of our organization. We would not be here today if it wasn't for the work and the sacrifices of those who came before us. People like Jack's dad, my father, who worked really hard for human rights in this country. And it made it easy for us, our new leaders. Even though I've been around for 40 years in LiUNA, I still consider myself a new leader. These are the people that we need to respect as well, that have done so much and sacrificed so much to bring us to where we are here today. So behind me are so many politicians from municipal levels, provincial levels, and federal levels who will all come here today to show respect to you and your families for the great work that you do. So I have had the honor and the privilege of introducing our next speaker several times. But today is even more important. It's more important because introducing the Prime Minister only a few months away from an election makes it even more important. A few years ago, when Justin Trudeau and the Liberal government formed the Government of Canada, the very first thing they did, the first week in office, they ripped up that anti-union legislation. The very first week. And since that time, one piece of legislation after the other, whether it be immigration reform, or reforming getting rid of asbestos that hurts so many of our members in this country, whether it be working on infrastructure that can keep our members working. So many pieces of legislation that have helped every single family of LiUNA from coast to coast, from Vancouver all the way to Labrador. This is the government for LiUNA. So, brothers and sisters, we have been under attack before, and we have had champions like Justin Trudeau and his cabinet and his MPs that have come to our rescue. But now, in October, we have to make sure, once again, that they are in power and continue to represent the working families of LiUNA. So I'm saying to you, the LiUNA army of 140,000 members, 600,000 family members, roll up your sleeves. We are endorsing Justin Trudeau and the Liberal government. Roll up your sleeves. We need to fight for what is right, and we have a leader that fights for us. Put your hands together and join me in welcoming our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau.
Thank you, Joe, for those kind words, that endorsement, and mostly for your incredible leadership. To Jack, to all union leaders here, to this great team, ministers, Ahmed and Patty, and our great MPs, all our municipal councillors and provincial politicians. Thank you for being here, but mostly I'm here to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to LiUNA. And mostly, thank you for the work you do, day in, day out, to build this country. That is what we know, that is what we see every day, and we know there's been a lot of work lately. Investments in infrastructure, creation of new jobs, low unemployment. We're seeing a Canada that is proud and confident and investing in ourselves, investing in our communities, and every step of the way. LiUNA and other labor unions are there working hard to build a better future for your families and for all our families and communities. Merci beaucoup pour tout ce que vous faites. In 2015, Canadians made a choice. They made a choice to pick investment in Canadians over austerity and cuts. Canadians chose to invest in our future, to invest in the middle class and people working hard to join them, and to support the Liberal Party that promised to work hand in hand with unions to build a better future for this country. And that's what we did together over these past 4 years. Canadians created 1 million new jobs over these past 4 years. We've seen the lowest unemployment in 40 years. We've seen hundreds of thousands of people, 800,000 Canadians lifted out of poverty, including 300,000 kids. Canadians did that. You did that. We decided that what we needed to do as a country was pull together and work together. Enough of the politics of attack and division that Stephen Harper was so good at. Enough of 525 and 377, which were the anti-union bills we repealed right off the top. We know that labor needs to be an essential partner in building a stronger future, and that's why we stand with you so proudly today and every day with LiUNA and all labor unions. It's great to be back with you all at this Family Day picnic as you think about the hard work you do day in and day out to support your families, to build a better future for them. But as we reflect on how to best support our families, we also realize that this year is an election year, and there's an important choice facing Canadians in a few months. And I look forward to having the kinds of conversations that I know Canadians are excited about how to solve the big challenges we're facing, how to continue to do the hard work to create greater opportunities and a better future for us all. A Canada where everyone has a real and fair chance to succeed. And that's something I'm excited about chatting with you about and all Canadians about over the coming weeks. Because not all choices are equal. We've seen, unfortunately, the Conservatives continue to play the games of division, of fear, of pitting Canadians against Canadians, and this is something we cannot have. We need to be confident and know that we can solve the big challenges we're facing if and only if we stick together as a country. And I, of course, recognize that amongst your number of many people who've slipped through the cracks, who continue to work very, very hard to build a stronger Canada, and we're going to make sure that those people get recognized for the hard work they do and bringing them into the Canadian family. But fundamentally, my friends, I'm counting on you. I'm not just counting on you for votes and support, although I'm very grateful that Joe has been so strongly endorsing us and so many members are supporting us. But I'm counting on you to continue the incredibly hard work you do day in and day out to build a better country for us all. Le travail que vous faites à tous les jours est essentiel pour notre pays et je vous remercie énormément. I want to thank you once again for everything you do, and I tell you, I can't wait to continue doing it with you for the next 4 years. Merci beaucoup, mes amis.
Hey guys, let's hear it again for the Prime Minister! If I can kindly ask everyone to exit the right of the stage, we're going to take pictures here with the big LiUNA.
You know, before the Prime Minister leaves here, as your manager, I just have to tell you one more thing. And I know over the last 8 years that this executive board and I, being representing you, you've always listened. I should say you're pretty good, but most of you do listen to what we always recommend. And I know for a fact, brothers and sisters, that I know who I'm going to be supporting. And as your leader, I hope that you'll continue to follow my footsteps in order for us to make this organization better, bigger, stronger, and more united than ever. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
RCMP guys, push out right here. Push out. Thank you.